In this video, I will discuss my idea of the recursive reproductive simulation and how it ends up creating a universe like ours. So what is the recursive reproductive simulation? In simple terms, it is a simulation that loops itself through a simulation of itself within the simulation. This creates an infinite loop that creates an infinite number of simulations, as each simulation has a simulation within it, leading to an infinite loop. In my idea, there would be minor errors between each iteration of the universe, leading to an evolving simulation across each iteration, where each iteration changes slightly between each generation. This would create a competition as to can create the biggest, more accurate, and most simulations in each simulation of the universe. This would mean the purpose of the universe was to recurse or iterate itself with minor errors or improvements. If the universe wasn't the best at recursing itself, it would become very low in number compared to the chain of universes that was good at recursing themselves. This means the universes that are better at recursing themselves are almost infinitely more common than universes that aren't as good at recursing themselves. So if the purpose of the universe is to create a simulation of itself with minor errors with each simulation, this is how life works. What is the purpose of life? The purpose of life is to create minor differences between the simulations that life creates with technology. The purpose of life is simply to create a simulation of the universe or to create technology that creates a simulation. What are some indications that our universe is in fact a recursive loop of simulations? One indicator is that we live in a deterministic particle-based universe, which allows for very advanced computing. Another interesting indicator is the fixed and slow speed of light, which means that light-based combat is purely predictive. This means that two highly advanced civilizations that were to fight using lasers, the only way to defend and intercept incoming attacks would be through predictive power, which will be granted through a simulation of the universe. One more indicator would be that quantum entanglement allows for communication across the universe instantly, leading to advanced civilizations that can harness quantum entanglement, could communicate with each other over vast distances, allowing for large computers and advanced transfers of data. So how do we know that we are in a universe that is successful at recursing itself? It is so extremely likely that we're in a universe whose parent universes and parents' universes are some of the most successful universes that we can assume that we are in an optimized universe that will succeed at recursing itself many times across the universe's lifespan. As for what creates the first universe, I suspect random digital or mathematical functions in the top-level universe end up creating a function that creates a representation of itself with minor errors between each iteration, thus creating the seed of the recursive reproductive simulation that eventually leads to something like our universe. In conclusion, reproductive recursive simulation is simply stating that the universe comes from a loop of simulations that creates simulations of themselves within themselves, creating an infinite loop with minor errors between each iteration, leading to a competition as to which universe can recurse itself better, eventually leading to something that looks like our universe.